Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here from Men Behind the Mitts. I am your host, Big J, joined by our co-host Silk. How you doing over there, buddy?
I am happy to talk hockey. A lot to talk about. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear about how you're doing. Concussion protocol. I'm ready to jump into it.
Yeah. Let's get in there. We got some brain updates, some 75 Hart updates, and last but most certainly important, not least, the brain is not 100%. We've got some good NHL hot takes and some great NHL updates for you guys. Let's get it going. Welcome back. Another episode of Men Behind the Mitts. How are you, buddy?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. Per our off-air conversations, not going to carry over to this one, so I'm doing great.
Life is great. I'm having
Life
fun.
Is great. Things aren't scary. There's not impending doom around every corner. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Happy to be back. Happy I made it another week in life. That is exciting. You know, I was worried with the brain injury that I wasn't going to make it. Just was really worried.
Scary.
Kind of a way out. I was like, is this it? Is this my just bow out to everything?
That would have been a cop out for you.
No, such a sissy. Oh, yeah. But happy to be back. Definitely doing better. The headaches. I'm feeling pretty good. The headaches are subsiding. They're getting less and less every day. So that's good. Yeah. I had what's today? Tuesday. Yeah. I had a little brain teaser at work. I couldn't quite figure out what was going on. And I'm not going to lie, when I was thinking hard, it's weird. Like it's so hard to describe, especially because you never had one, you know, but literally it's like a cartoon where it's like, let me think. And you're like, it hurts to think, like, no joke. Like, when your brain is trying to process and like access files and pull different memories, it fucking hurts. It's weird, man. So I got kind of a headache after that. But other than that, nothing really. I've been doing better for sure day by day. I can't wait to fucking work out. I'm dying, bro. I'm dying.
Dude, I bet.
All I do is come home and I'm like, all right, what do I do? Oh, nothing. That's right. Nothing.
You still can't like read or anything?
Yeah, reading's not. I tried to read the other day and I got a headache at like 10 minutes in, and I was like, "Fuck, man! Like, I need to chill because I don't want to prolong anything, you know." So that's why I just kind of went cold turkey on everything. But yeah, I really can't wait to start reading again. I can't wait to start working out, cardio. I've been doing like light cardio, like I've been taking the dogs for walks, like aggressive walks, you know.
Yeah.
Like that guy's walking with purpose type shit. But yeah, I can't wait to. I just want to pick a weight up, and I just want to get into it. You know, it's tough walking. It'd be easier, I guess, if the gym wasn't in the garage. You know, because I walk by it like 10 times a day, so it's like, fuck, I just want to lift.
Your name.
Yeah, and we got her all razzle dazzled up. I can't wait to start getting pictures of the gym rolling. We cleaned it up real nice and got rid of all the cobwebs and got some flags hung up. So that's pretty exciting. Sweet. Little razzle dazzle in the gym. I can't wait, man. But how are you? You've been killing it. You've been killing it. Keeping the 75 Hart alive, bro.
I wouldn't say I've been killing it. It's a struggle. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I've had a few days where I didn't get up at 5 a.m. like I was because I just couldn't. And I still got my work-ins for that day, but I broke what was essentially my routine.
Right.
No days off is serious, bro, when you're doing 2-a-days.
Yeah. Yeah.
More power to you, but nothing says you have to keep a strict schedule. It just says to work out. So if I have to get up at 5 a.m. Like 2 or 3 times, but I still got my workouts in. So I was so proud of myself.
Yeah.
I didn't skip. I just had to get the extra hours in of sleep. Like sleep is
I like your stuff. I wish I had time to do like 1 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon. I really wish I had the time because literally I'm I'm pretty much working out for 2 hours straight. Like when I was doing it, like literally I was doing cardio for 45, doing an hour, and then right into lifting, or vice versa, you know, depending on the weather. Yeah. It's just like, man, it's time consuming. But that's what I was standing here talking to Steve, and I was like, bro, I was like, I don't even know what to fucking do with myself. Like the house is clean, like the laundry's done. He's like, yeah, man. He goes, usually you'd be working out, and then as soon as you're done working out, like you come inside, you eat, and then I don't even see you and you're in bed. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much all I was doing. Like it's all I was doing. It's wild how much of my time was just tied up and working out and like fucking making food and then going to bed. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say tied up. I mean, that was your lifestyle.
Yeah, not tied up, just what it was. Yeah,
that was your lifestyle.
Just so crazy.
A lot better than being like, oh yeah, I get off work, go play Xbox, make dinner, watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could listen to some people do, but like, why? Those things bring no value to your life.
Yeah, it's definitely wild. I appreciated the rest last week. Like I appreciated the rest last week. It's been really nice, but like this week, I'm like, oh, my legs are starting to feel heavy. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like getting that lackadaisical feel where I'm like, I gotta get moving, or else I'm gonna get.
Are you at the point now where maybe you could start doing like warm-up stretches, like do a warm-up stretch for like 10 to 20 minutes, and then like, you know?
So I've been stretching. Yeah. I always stay loose. Man, because my back. So I've been stretching. I've been rolling. You know, still using the massage gun, working. That's what's kind of nice is like I pretty much tortured myself for 20-something days. 21 days. And then like, I was like, oh, I get to work on this little ailment. Like my shoulder was starting to bother me a little bit, like my hips are getting a nice rest, but getting right back in. Nice. I know I feel bad talking about it, but I'm like, I just know what I'm, what I'm prepared for. Like I haven't, I did want to share this story. So I've been eating decent. Like I still meal prep, I've been eating decent, but Saturday we had a wedding. Okay. We had a wedding Saturday, and it was great because it was my friend Mark and Sarah's. They've been together for 10 years. They just got married. Beautiful, really, really low key wedding down in the water. Cool, beautiful, beautiful spot. And it was cool. We in the invite, they were like, wear your Halloween costumes to the wedding, because it was the 30th, October 30th. It was a Saturday. Okay. They were like, wear your Halloween costumes to the wedding, and I was like, bro, that's so fucking cool. Like, what a great idea. Of that before. That's sick. Yeah. Yeah, like something real chill. So I went as Burt Macklin from Parks and Rec, which is like an alter ego of Andy, and then Chick went as one of my favorite characters. Yeah, and Chick went as Janet Snakehole, who's her alter ego, who Burt Macklin chases. And it was great. The costumes were great, and it was funny. We got there and we're like parking, and there's like already like 10, 15 cars, and they were already, I guess, walked down to the venue. And Chick's like, if we're the only one wearing costumes, I swear to God. Like, she was like, I'm going to walk right back out of there. And I was like, it's on the invite. Like, it's on the invite. And I texted him earlier in the day. I was like, hey, man, we're still wearing like costumes, right? And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So I'm like, he's not just playing this joke on us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just.
Can you imagine if he picked one couple?
Right. Oh, it would have to be us. And then like, so these other people pulled up next to us, and they get out, and I see them getting dressed like in the back of their SUV. I'm like, they're wearing costumes. I was like, we're good to go. And the people next to us went as the dude, and his girlfriend or wife or whatever went as Ace Ventura wearing the tutu. It was fun. And as we walked down, everyone's wearing costumes and stuff. It was an awesome little ceremony. But let me just get to the food. They had barbecue in there, and they're from up north. Like, they're from up Frederick. Like, they are from up north, and they got some barbecue from Canonsville. I don't know. I never heard of it, but the spread was smack, bro. They had pork, which I didn't do any, brisket, smoked turkey, mac and cheese, baked beans, this corn salad mix, potato salad, pasta salad, bread. You fucking name it, bro. It was there. And I was like, did I go ham? Oh my God. I did nasty things to that buffet spread. Like, nasty. I must have grabbed, I'm not going to lie, a solid 4 inches of pork, like a biscuit, like brisket, not pork, I'm sorry, but like the brisket. I mean, I was just like, this is fantastic. Smoked turkey, big old big old pincher of smoked turkey. And, scoop of mac and cheese, a scoop of beans, fucking North Carolina vinegar all over it. I'm a North Carolina type of guy. I like a nice,
me too.
Yeah, I like a nice vinegar. Yeah, I like a vinegar and mustard barbecue. I'm not a real big thick barbecue guy. I like a nice thin. But so I hammered that, right? Hammer it. Like, I took my time. I was like, all right, you're in public. Like, don't go crazy. Like you're at a wedding. Just chill. I was like, like talking and just like, I'm a great talker and eater. Like I just hammer. Like it's really smooth. Hold on, I don't want to drop you. I just kicked the fucking my stand. But yeah, like I'm like, oh yeah, we're just shoveling it in. I'm like, oh my God, I did work. And I was sitting there and I was like, all right, let everyone get their first round of food and don't be the first guy up there, like for a second round. I was like, just play this real casual, going true fat guy here. And then someone else went up and I was like, well, I guess it's time for seconds. Cause I was like, that's that guy's second time for sure.
Oh, that's
come on, man. That's like
go for a second. So I can be number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like fat attack type shit. Like that's like fat guys know, like they're like, okay, that guy's been up there. Okay. He's gone twice. Like fat guys know, cause they don't ever want to be shamed. So I was like, oh, he's going up there. I'm going up there. So I got more, more brisket, more smoked turkey. And just, cause I was like, I'm gonna get the meat. Like the meat's where it's at. Like I'm gonna hammer. So I'm not gonna waste space on potato salad and pasta salad. What type of rookie move is that? The meat is there. The meat's where it's at, right? So, I probably consumed another pound of smoked meats, and I was sitting there. I'm like, okay, now I'm like, got to loosen the belt a little bit up. Got to take a breath. We've been here before. We've been down this road. It's been a while. It's been 20 something days, but we've been here, and I'm just like thinking, and I'm looking at, Chick's plate. And she's like, do you want to finish this? And I was like, I just can't do it. Just as I scoop it in, just, and then like now I have to dance and interact with people. Like there's so much fucking food. So then like we're dancing, we're having a good time, we're talking to everybody, and I'm just like, I'm fucking wrecked. Like I was like, I'm holding it together by like a fucking thread. I ate so much smoked meats. And then like we're getting ready to leave, and my buddy's like, hey man, we've got to-go containers for, we have so much food. You got to take something for lunch tomorrow. I'm thinking lunch tomorrow. I'm thinking 10 o'clock tonight, big fella, is what I'm thinking. So what do I do? Brisket and smoked turkey, a little bit of mac and cheese, some baked beans. And we get back to the house. Chick had to work. So I was home alone, hit like 9:30, 10 o'clock, getting real late. And, maybe I opened up that container a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah, I only had a little bit of smoked turkey. I literally, as soon as I ate it, I was like, why? Like, I was like, it's like I wanted to keep myself at the not breathing stage where I was just like, shallow breaths. Like my lungs hurt. Like my ribs hurt because like I'd eaten so much food.
Oh,
like
my
I was like,
goodness.
I need to chill. And then to top it all off, I didn't even talk about the candy I consumed.
Candy?
Fuck Halloween. Oh my God, candy. I haven't had candy in forever. Your boy, I must have had so many fun size Snickers. I would have to say it was about 4 regular size Snickers.
No,
I was just like, they're just on the table. So like, I'm eating this while I'm eating smoked meat and like all of this other, I'm like, hey, look, another fun size Snickers. I'm having fun. Like, oh my God, it was animalistic. The amount of candy I ate. I felt terrible. Absolutely terrible. I could feel the sugar. That was like my first dose of like refined sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I could feel the Snickers. I could feel, you feel it like running through your veins. You can feel how like how thick your blood is. Like literally my blood between the fucking the salt sodium attack I'm sure I was having from the smoked brisket and the smoked turkey. I was just putting sugar on top of it and just pumping this sugar like into my body. I felt like dog shit, like a pile of dog shit. It was so bad. I was in so much pain, and I was like, yeah, I need to chill on that. Like, I need to chill.
Wild.
And, yeah, your boy went crazy. Like, I went one-way ticket to fucking Pound Town, all I could eat. And
well, as you know, Sunday was Halloween, and I was fighting for my life not to eat a Reese's. I'm a Reese's guy. I love Reese's.
Yeah. Oh, I can. Yeah.
I can eat a whole bag if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here going through little man's candy, and I'm just having to not open it, but touch it and look at it and say, hey, grab the next one. I'm just like, I'm like, who the fuck gave him king size? He's 2. I'm like, I want.
Oh.
I was, man, it was one of those moments where, like, we had talked about a couple episodes ago where I poured a glass of wine and could I drink it? No one will know. And I was like, I can have this one Reese. No one will know. It's not.
No one will know.
It's one Reese. I worked out already today. And
let me tell you, it's not worth it. I felt like a bag of shit. It's not worth it. I feel like shit right now because of it. I had like sugar hangover on fucking Sunday. And then what did I do Sunday? What? We had so little trick-or-treaters. I was eating my own candy. I was supposed to give out.
Man.
I was like, hey, look, another Reese's. They keep coming to the top. Whoop.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it, brother.
Oh my God.
Enjoy it for me.
No, I don't. I need to be back on this shit because this is why you're fat. Like I was like, so I was keeping it so real. Like Laura was like, why are you being mean to yourself? And I was like, because I'm a fucking animal. Like I have a problem. Like I have a problem with fucking food. I have an addiction problem. This is why I need something. I have to be on something. Like I need to be doing something. It's not good.
Man,
but I was
really made up for those 20 days in one day. You like just erased all the hard work in one way.
Oh, no, it didn't go away that fast. But yeah, I'm worried about it. I'm like, man, I'm not worried about it, but I was like, I just need to get back on because I'm not able to do anything. I think
you have to really worry about the barbecue because that's.
Oh no, trust me.
The candy though, oof, it all came out.
It was in and out pretty quickly. But yeah, that's what I mean. I felt like shit. So
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but yeah, I can definitely tell. Like just like I said, like my legs getting heavy is the feeling I don't like.
Did you have like a food
before I felt
like the next day where you just felt like drinking all night or something? You were just like, oh, I feel like shit.
Yeah, my gut was. I woke up Sunday morning and my gut was like, I looked like a dog. Like when a dog overeats,
yeah,
and you have that extra pooch. And I was like, whoa, bro, where'd this come from? And then I took a massive shit, and then I drank a lot of water. I was like, I just need to hydrate and get the sodium, get everything moving. And I hydrated all day until it was candy time. And then oh man, so before I want to ask you about your Halloween, but one more thing. So we had a fire pit out there. I made a little fire pit in the front yard. It's a little like metal thing, right? You're gonna love it. I'm gonna take a picture of it. I gotta post it on the page. But we had a fire pit going. Fire pit was rolling, and we're like, okay, cool. And every now and then, like a stick would fall out of the little fire pit. Like, oh, pick it up, toss back in there. Well, I guess the fire pit had gotten so hot that the grass beneath the fire pit just ignited. It was like it just ignited. So now I have this 3x3 foot perfect circle burn in the middle of my fucking front yard. I have to take a picture of it. Really? We're sitting there and Laura's outside by herself. Like we're inside, like Laura, she made chili. So we were like getting chili. And then like all I hear is, get the hose. And I stick my head up there and all of the grass underneath the fire pit is on fire. I was like, what the fuck? She was like, it just ignited. Oh no. And I was like, that shit's got to be so fucking hot underneath there. So then I just grabbed the hose and sprayed her down. But now I just have this great burn mark in the middle of my fucking front yard. It was great.
No wonder you didn't have any trick-or-treaters stay in that house.
Yeah, we didn't have many. Like we planned for a lot because like the neighborhood's always popping, like all the little stuff they do, like the little like parades and stuff with the golf carts and how many kids are in this neighborhood. Like I spent money on fucking candy, and I was like, then our neighbors, shout out to them, way to outgo it. They had king size over there. The little kid was like, whoa, the big ones. And I was like, damn, we're over here giving out fun size Snickers. And then like every kid that came, like, take a handful. And they were just taking handfuls of candy. So I was like, what are we going to do with this fucking candy? I was like, I can't eat it. I'm going to die. I would literally get diabetes.
I'll try, but I can't.
Yeah, well, fuck this candy up. Get it away from me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but how? So you guys took your boy out. Did he dress up? What did he dress up as?
He was T-Rex, bro. He's got the dinosaur board down.
Power move.
He like 3 or 4 houses and he was over it though. We had to like force him.
Oh yeah.
But no, he was so cool, man. He was saying trick or treat before they got to the door and then saying thank you when they gave him the candy. I was like, bro, you're good. You got to work on the timing. Thank you when you're not as But
that's so funny.
It was good times. Like one person knocked on the door and the dog's barking. And like he like takes a step in without even just, as a 2-year-old, just, sticks his head in. You got a dog in there. Oh, yeah.
I love, they're so candid and so honest.
Yeah,
they're
dude.
so
I thought he was about to walk in the house like, dude. And he's like, you got a dog in there. I was like, come on, we gotta go. The great thing is he's a good-looking kid, so everyone just smiled and nodded. But yeah, it was good times. Real good times. Like
that's cool. Did you guys dress up?
No. I don't know. That's not my thing. I guess eventually we'll do that. We'll do like the family outfits, but like
I'm surprised
to walk around a neighborhood for 4 houses. That's what I was waiting to hear.
I'm surprised. Cool, Mom.
Yeah. No, we didn't. We haven't.
Only 4? That's all you did was 4?
Well, we probably did like 10, but it's like the first 4 were like, go for it. And then the rest were like, come on, dude. Your mom wants candy here. Knock on the door.
Right. Yeah.
No. He's like, he didn't get it.
This is really for us.
He's 2 years old.
He's sleepy. You just put it put the fucking bag.
Just give us some candy so she can eat it later. All right.
Right.
No, but it was cool, man. I'm glad he had a good time. He didn't want to take the costume off as expected.
Yeah, classic.
Loves his
just wear it to bed.
Loves his dinosaurs.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. It was cool. It was chill. Nothing special, but
yeah, it's important. Yeah, it was just dead. I was really surprised. Like, it was dead. I was pretty bummed. I was really looking forward to, like, doing the fucking thing, handing out the candy. I thought it was gonna be cool.
I bet. Yeah.
No. It really wasn't that great. Wasn't that cool.
I didn't intentionally. We went to our grandmother's neighborhood to do it because they're pretty good with the candy there. As I mentioned earlier, we got a couple king size. She was giving out healthy. She was the healthy house. So she was like, "Oh, Jesse, someone's at the trick or treat." I was like, "Listen, I do everything for you, yard work, anything you want. I'll pick up the dog poop. I'm not handing out the healthy snacks. I can't do that." I said,
"No, I can't do that.
I'm on a 75 hard challenge and I'm still not going to be the healthy house." No, I said, they're going to hate me every time they see me.
Yeah.
That guy gave us whole wheat chips.
Yeah. What is this? Sun chips, vegetable tomato.
Yeah, but they were like shaped like bats, so it was cool. No, it's not cool.
Oh, so it was cool. Let me tell you, it's not cool. It's good stuff that tastes like bats. Maybe bats shaped Reese cups.
Yeah.
Them things smack.
I can't even say
like, all right, before
I taste it every time I say it.
Sorry. Should I not ask you the question I was going to ask you?
No, go for it.
What? I'm just going to do it. I feel so bad because I'm not in the trenches. I just left you, just taking grenades. What Reese's cup is the best tasting Reese's cup?
The individually wrapped ones.
Okay, but then I mean like the Christmas tree, the pumpkin, the egg.
Oh, okay.
What's the best one? Like this is a
I thought you meant like the 2-pack or like the individually wrapped ones that come in like the bags.
I think the individual wrapped ones taste better as well. I think they're fresher. Like they stay fresher. They're not sharing the air.
Fuck, the pumpkin ones are usually fire. I don't know this year. Obviously, but the pumpkin ones in the Christmas tree ones are usually fire. But I'm an OG guy. I like the ridges.
Yeah, I was gonna say
put them in the freezer sometimes. Oof, fuck.
Oh boy, frozen. Oh boy. So that'll
be sick just thinking about it. Because I'll
tell you what, my favorite is the Reese's egg. Like when you do the Easter ones.
Yes.
The egg.
I can tell you this year I ate a bag of those.
Biggest. Yeah.
I was allowed to have munchies then, so I ate. I actually think you eat 2 bags.
You get the most peanut butter, and I feel like they're probably all the same like serving, but I feel like there's more peanut butter filling in there.
You're right. The Easter
in the egg
are probably the best one.
But you know what? So look, that's number 1. The Easter egg is definitely number 1 on my list. Mm-hmm. And then the number 2, you know what my number 2 type of favorite Reese's is? This is how fat I am. I've listed the styles in which I like to eat my Reese's cup. Number 2 is the miniatures. The little
gold wrapper,
individually foil wrap.
Those are fire,
bro.
So like, when you're unwrapping the tinfoil, like I like push them. I don't even pull them out. Like I just push it out like a little.
Oh yeah, yeah. The human vacuum.
Yeah. Right there. And then I'm not gonna lie, in my fat boy days, if there was a little piece at the bottom stuck on there, I would.
I think I know a guy. I think I know another guy who used to do that.
I'm a fat bastard, dude. I'll lick the rest of the Chick-fil-A sauce. I don't waste it. Like if I'm out of nuggets and there's some left, I'm a piece of shit. I know. I'm sorry.
No, we're the two best pieces of shit.
I don't waste sauce, baby.
I'm so fat. Like if you get sometimes, I can't say this out loud. Okay, sometimes when I got an extra Taco Bell sauce, I'll just tear it and suck the sauce down.
Yes. Listen, I did that one time when I did that one time. I actually started doing that regularly. I'll tear it and eat with one hand the taco and then just in the other.
Okay, so yeah, I sauce every bite. I sauce every bite. Wow.
Now I know why we've been friends so long.
Yeah, now I know I'm a fat piece of shit. You just got the better metabolism. You do all the same things that I do. And you eat more than me. It's proven. Yes. Documented.
Yeah, documented. I can throw down.
Shit, genetics. Got it. Check.
I sent you a picture the other day. I had like 8 pieces of Tupperware for my
no joke.
One day.
Oh my God. So yeah, there's something about the small Reese's. It's the ridges on the miniatures, because those are like
ridges, right?
Yeah, they're deep ridges. Something about the ridge. Man, okay. I'm not going to label it any more of the ways that I like Reese cups, because I like them all. Like, I'm not going to, like, okay, Christmas tree is number 3. That's it. We will not do any more rating of
because I have a whole bucket out in the living room right now, and like I'm having withdrawals right now because
yeah, definitely don't do it. Stay strong. But yeah, we should move on. Because it's not. Trust me, that's the thing. The mouth orgasm for like the 3 seconds, it's super nice, but you're a lot like me. The shame,
it's gonna kill me.
It's, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. Like, I feel like I have an actual, you've seen, I can't even think of the name of the show on Netflix, but they have the shame guy. I feel like that is just looming. It's like, God damn it. I know I ate it. And I ate 10 more too when no one else was looking.
I know. But then I'd be like posting my picture for my 75 hard, just knowing I'm a fucking
knowing. No, you can't do that. Like, that's, that's good. So don't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. But stay strong. I'm really excited to get back to, like, speaking of all of this, that's why, like, I have such, like, an even more desire and drive to get back after it, is because I know what I do. Like, I know what I can do and what I'm capable of in both aspects of life, in the cheating side and in the hustling side. You know what I mean?
I know what I can get away with.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I don't want to get into that. We'll talk about that off camera. That's like a therapy session. And I know what, brings that shit on. We've talked about it before. You know what I mean? I know what part of my brain is what's getting the zap for me to do that. You know what I mean? I know what it is. And I'm like, you gotta get away from this, because it's not, like I said, it's nothing but shame afterwards. It's so wild. All I'm doing. So I can't stop looking at this damn photo, because I have my window right here, and I always look out my window every time a car drives by. But chick stepped on a picture that I had in here, and she broke the glass, and she didn't see it. It wasn't her fault, but she stepped on a picture, and it's the funniest picture of me and my old man. I'm gonna grab it real fast. Hold on 1 second. It's funny. It's from Ocean City. It's from Ocean City. Remember, like, those like face swap places? Like the OG face swaps.
Yeah.
It's like that. Are you ready for this? This thing's a fucking beaut, man. This is me and my old man. They've like face swapped.
I have one of those. Where's it at? Ocean City?
Look, yeah, Ocean City. Look at my shit-eating grin, bro. And my dad.
Your dad looks like that's his body.
He looks like he's real. It looks real, right? Yeah, that looks real. But that little shit fucker.
Fuck, where's mine? That's nostalgia right there, bro.
Yeah, I had it. It wasn't glass, and I'm gonna put it up on the wall somewhere eventually. But I had it on the floor, which is not a good spot for it. But it was propped on my OV Cheerios, and every time I look out the window, that's all I keep seeing. So funny. I love that picture. It's such a cool picture.
Classic.
Yeah, but that was the original face swaps.
Yes.
Wow.
Those were the days, bro. I remember. Had to have one of those. And the Western photos.
Yeah, the Western. I was never one for the Western.
I think we did Mafia. We did the Mafia one.
Oh, okay. I'm hip with that. You know, the girls, I'm going to get a black and white photo. You're like, all right, cool. Let's do it. All right, cool. Enough with Candy. Enough with us talking about how much we enjoy working out and how we're powering through it. We're going to transition right into the NHL. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot of hot takes again this week. For those of you who don't know, the hockey season is back, and very exciting. I can't stress on it enough that we're seeing some of the best hockey that we've ever seen in our lifetimes. Every game is almost more enjoyable to watch. Like it really is.
Yeah, like the other night, Detroit versus Florida. And like the last 30 seconds, it was block shot. They go to dump at the stick. It was just so intense. It was like, oh my goodness. It was such a great hockey. And I have to give a round of applause to the Detroit Red Wings. These guys are playing amazing hockey right now, considering their roster, considering they're not full of superstars. They're not the most ranked roster either. You know, like these guys are playing great hockey, just like the Sabres too. You have to give them a round of applause. You know,
no joke.
These teams are playing with heart.
It's crazy you start with that because I must have watched that. I must have watched that sequence like 100 times. Like just
so good.
I can't believe it. Like that's
this is hockey.
Like that's hockey. Man. Like blocking shots, leaving it all out for the boys. The stick breaking. I literally yelled. I was like, no, like how no, they do more. Like what more can they do? And then when it gets in front of the net, the great initial glove save, then the absolute shit show panic for the rebound.
Yeah.
Like it's such an incredible sequence. But before we dive too much into teams and players and stuff like that, we got to talk. We got to talk about the guy at the helm right now, Gary Bettman. We got to talk about it.
Right?
Yeah. So basically, from what I've read on Twitter and what I'm gathering, I did a little research on Gary Bettman as well. Did you know he used to work for the NBA? That's kind of wild. He worked for the NBA before he came to the NHL. Pretty crazy. He was one of their marketing and legal guys. Go figure. So Gary Bettman is under a microscope. It's a lot of ownership is unhappy with Gary Bettman. And let me just list the ways. So we already know what the lockouts were a big deal. He's been around for 3 lockouts now that have all happened under him, and all of stuff that could have been avoided, all contractual type things through the league, and you know what these guys are dealing with with their players. Let me go to Gary Bettman here. Yeah, man. So let me I'm just going to briefly read this. This is from Alan Walsh, pretty much tweeted out. You got the same thing up, my man. He's saying, he's hearing this morning that several NHL owners are very concerned and unhappy with Gary Bettman's leadership. I think even the owners realize it's time for a change in the NHL, and culture only changes from the top down. It's time to fire Bettman. From the way Gary has mishandled the horrific events in Chicago to refusing to acknowledge a link between traumatic brain injury and CTE. We're going to definitely come back to that one for sure. For doing nothing to help retired players, big red flag. For calling the NHL a family, for the Department of Player suspensions, for the way the game is marketed, for the lack of any coherent global strategy, for turning his back on issues like painkiller, Ambien, and Toradol abuse. Definitely another hot topic, and for his lack of empathy and caring, and for his 3 lockouts in his time and all the lies. Is this it? Is this going to be the down? Well, I feel like this Chicago is really a wildfire, and it's going to start affecting. It's already affected different coaches at different teams now.
It's definitely brought the spotlight out on other things too, because now we're hearing about the Pittsburgh incident where assistant coach and his wife, who was like a trainer or something, was sexually assaulted. And he was the assistant coach. The husband was told to keep it hush, and then he was fired.
His wife was sexually assaulted.
Yeah, she was part of the team. I don't have all the details. Can't remember. Yeah. I read so many freaking articles, but she was like some type of coaching staff assistant trainer type thing, and she was sexually assaulted. I don't know the details of that either, but and he was told to keep quiet, and then he was let go from the team. Yeah.
Wow.
So and then you have players like Akil Thomas, who was, abused racially and had to deal with racism, and nothing ever came of that. They haven't even reached out to him and his attorney and all the witnesses they provided. It's a joke. Crazy. And then you look and see how much Chicago was fined, $2 million for this.
Yeah.
New Jersey Devils were fined more for the Kovalchuk incident. The Arizona Coyotes were fined more for their training dilemma where they were working out players. Like, how the fuck does a team that makes 100-some million plus $1 million
that year they made $300 million. I read that year.
$2 million.
Yeah,
like, I get
so that's what
a lot of the players and things have changed and blah blah blah.
It doesn't matter.
That's the organization still has to be punished. Exactly.
Yeah. And that year, 2010, when this happened, because that was a Stanley Cup year, their revenue was over $300 million. And that's what I mean. They only did $2 million, like $2 million. Like that should be a part of the payout that these guys are getting, not what they're being fined. You know what I mean? Like these payouts need, like, money is only thing that's going to change this. Money and then change of leadership is the only thing that's really is what's going to happen in my mind. But not to trail too far from Bettman, but yeah, man. So like we talked about the lockouts, 3 separate lockouts that he was responsible for, just terrible mitigation between the owners and the players and all the bargaining agreements. Because essentially the NHL and the NHLPA, it's kind of like a union and a contractor is really the way it works out. They have a bargaining agreement, salary caps and how much the longest deals you can give out, and the amount of money that you can give out as well. It's all regulated. So all of that is through a bargaining partnership that the NHL and the NHLPA have together. But I learned that as well as part of reading, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, so not only that, but like you said, Gary Bettman, like the article said, Gary Bettman refuses to acknowledge that head trauma and CTE are linked. Like and all the stuff that we've had from the the NFL and those guys, and like how like directly close CTE and like domestic violence is linked, and like, but usually I do know for a fact on the NHL side, usually it's depression. It's depression and suicide. There's been a handful of guys that have fell victim to this, and have no explanations why they feel like this. And then they're retired. So of course they don't get all the benefits of having all the specialists at hand. That's another thing about Bettman. He doesn't care about the things that are actually proven. And then he doesn't support you once you're done. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. What can you do for me now?
Right.
It's a damn
and all
shame,
you're doing.
bro.
Yeah. And all you're doing is, you're finding guys $5,000 from the hit from behind. Okay. But where's that guy going to be when his career's over in 5 years? Is he going to be walking correctly? Is he going to be able to think correctly? Like a $5,000 fine isn't going to solve that. That's what I mean. They really got to think long-term for these guys. And that's I don't want to bridge this gap too fast, too soon, but it's these professional athletes, like these guys, football players have it worse, but just like NHL players, NBA players, like we're still, no matter what level you are, even at our level, we're all slaves to some type of system, right? And think about the testing they go through, the evaluations they go through, the political stuff they go through, just because they didn't play for this team, and juniors they play for that team. You know what I mean? Like it's so crazy how we know how political the inside of a sport can be. Like you played under this coach, but not that coach. Well, this guy says this, and they take that one guy's thought can ruin your whole career. What one guy thinks. And it's crazy to bring all of that to the front door. But, at the end of the day, these guys are just trying to play hockey, and even doing that to get to the point where they are and then have to deal with all this and not be supported. It's pretty crazy in my book, man.
No, you're right. I mean, and we've heard it time and time again. It's a boys club, essentially.
Yeah.
And if people are pulling strings behind closed doors, and, maybe that's why Bettman's been able to stay where he's at, right? He's helped out the ones that have benefited him the most.
I was going to say that's the thing. The ownership, just because it's a percentage of the ownership doesn't mean it's all of the ownership.
Yeah, it could be.
He might have those exactly. Well, that not only that, but he might have that 10% of guys that are going to keep him in the office. That they like what he's doing with the organization. They're making money. It's just like anything else, and that's what they're trying to. Yes,
and then also makes sense too when you start looking at like all the Winter Classics, how it always seems to be the same type of teams, and we know what type of cash cow those can be, right?
Right.
And it's just like, come on.
Yeah. So I think people calling, and here's the thing: he's been in there since 93, 92, 93. Let's get some young blood in there, much like a lot of part of life. Get some new guys in there. Beating the old same horse only gets you so far. Let's get some guy, or at least have the option to open up and expand versus just having a one man type leadership. You know, like what his is say all be all right now in the NHL. Okay, why don't we get a board or get something else going in here? You know what I mean? Like it seemed like one guy at the helm hasn't been working out in a lot of
facets. Board of ex-owner / GM / players or something.
Players,
yeah.
I mean, these guys are advocating for themselves and other players. These guys that have been injured, CTE, and
the big thing too is also like you mentioned is the branding. I mean, I think this ESPN deal is fucking horrendous. How do you take away from the people that do love the game that want to watch every game? That's now gone.
Yeah,
you make it so hard to watch games. It's just it's complete shit to me. There's no special like we've talked about it, like the pay-per-view idea of being able to listen to just the on ice. Like there's just little things like that you could make for hockey fans, hockey lovers. Not everyone wants to listen to a fucking announcer talk about his glory days and make crack jokes. Like, the other day I was watching a hockey game and the announcers like got broke or something happened and all you could hear was on ice and fans at the arena.
Oh, how beautiful.
It felt like you were there. Because there was no announcers. You were just watching the game. You could hear the whistles. You could, everything. You could that to me. I was like, this is tight. Yeah. I would watch this all day.
Right. I'm with that. I agree 110%. Like, why don't we have two channels? Like, I mean, like the NHL app, they literally have you want to listen to this broadcast or this broadcast. Like we could pick. Remember, we could pick that on the app when you watch a game. It's like, oh yeah, I'll listen to New York's broadcast. I haven't heard New York's broadcast in a while. Like, no, how about I just listen to on ice fucking pickups? You know what I mean? I don't need to hear your fun facts. I mean, the fun facts are nice, but essentially we just give us the goods. Like they're giving us too much. They're giving us too much razzle. Just give us the game.
Focus on the game.
Yeah, just give us the game.
We want the game. We want the game, Bettman.
So I don't know. Maybe it's time for Bettman to go. Does he get the axe? Like, is this it?
How does that even happen? Like, is he voted in? Is his contract
Yeah, because he's a commissioner, so he's voted in. He's voted in, so he is a commissioner.
Anytime there's some type of voting, I just don't have faith in it. So,
yeah. Then what does that lead? Now you got distrust amongst the owners, and
yeah, exactly. It's just
so. Oof. But yeah, I definitely think that he's got some explaining to do, and that's the thing. You played in the NHL. He joined in 92, 93, and he's been a part of the organization almost 30 years.
Now, listen, I will say this. The game has gotten much, the game itself.
Yeah.
It's the thing is off the rink, essentially. I love how the game has gotten faster, the elimination of the 2-line pass and all that. Yeah. I big fan. Big fan for the way the sport is going. I'm a big fan.
Remember the red line pass? You couldn't pass across the red line. Do you remember that?
2 lines. Yeah, you couldn't pass. Yeah, 2-line pass.
There was a 2-line pass and the red line pass.
No, I don't remember red line. What do you mean?
Maybe I'm tripping.
I think it's 2-line pass. The center line is 2.
Yeah, it's 2-line pass.
You couldn't pass. Yeah, and that will eliminate across. Yeah, exactly. Essentially, you couldn't pass out of your zone, which is the blue line, and then the center line, which was red. You couldn't.
Yeah, so stupid. God, I can't imagine. They should just get rid of offsides.
Hey, that changes the game dramatically. But then you got guys cherry picking and shit.
Yeah. No. That was just a silly goose remark.
But yeah, man, it's very interesting. So it looks like also while we're bouncing around here, Eichel is getting really, really close to landing on a team. It looks like Vegas is the front runner. Can you imagine?
Wow,
Vegas Golden Knights with Jack Eichel. Oh,
that's crazy. God. Look at Buffalo right now. Speaking of Eichel, is Eichel the problem? Is he? I've seen articles about that where people are thinking maybe he's the cancer.
I don't think so, bro. He's a stud. He's a stud, and he wants to win hockey games. I do not think so. I think they have a different coach in there. This coach is using what he's got. He's got these guys to buy in, like we saw in Vegas. You don't need superstars to win. That doesn't mean that superstars don't help. Mark Stone comes in. And you know what I'm saying? That's a bonus to Vegas. If Eichel were to not be on this trade clause shit and just been injured and they were playing this well and then come back, everyone would be praising glory, right?
Right.
It's the simple fact that he's been off and wanting a trade because he doesn't like the way things are being handled. That's why everyone has a nasty taste in their mouth.
Right.
If he just would have been injured, okay, we're waiting for him to come back and they would have been playing this well. They wouldn't be saying, oh, maybe Drack's the problem. They were like, oh my God, can you imagine how good we're going to be when Drack comes back?
Right. So you're still playing it? You're still trading an injured player there. He hasn't had the surgery. Nothing's been resolved. Correct.
No, the trade hasn't happened yet. So, but that's a lot of hype. There's a lot of word through the grapevine that Vegas and Calgary are right there, and Vegas is the front runner right now.
And Calgary too. Wow.
Wolf, yeah. Jack Eichel in a Canadian market. Yes, I just see good things coming from that. We'll see what happens.
It's not for me. I see vice versa. I see them torching him. Another American player. Yeah, another American player.
Toronto loves Austin Matthews.
Do they? Does Toronto even like Toronto right now?
I think they hate Mitch Marner.
But look at him the other day. He just netted 2 goals and an assist the other day.
He got an empty netter. No, he got a give. It was like a little giveaway from behind the pass. But yeah, he scored. Finally broke the streak.
Yeah, what was he 12 games or something from last season?
From the playoffs. Yeah, it was something like that. It was crazy. It was real crazy. But you know what, man? It is what it is. There's a lot of teams that aren't playing well. Chicago just got their first win thanks to Patty Kane netting a hat trick.
Oh, and Flower did flash some leather in that game as well. So let's give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd like to, before we jump into the divisions, talk about the individual players here. Connor McDavid, 17 points, and Draisaitl, 17 points. Here we go again, boys. Edmonton is just on another level. And here's the crazy part. You go down to the assist, and it's all top three are Edmonton players. Number 1 with 11 assists, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Number 2 with 10 assists, Connor McDavid. And he's tied. It's not a number 3. Number 2 tied, Leon Draisaitl, 10 assists.
That's crazy.
Yeah, McDavid second in goals with 7. What?
Man, they're just passing out assists everywhere.
Yeah, dude, it's the real deal. Zach Hyman too, a huge pickup from Toronto.
Yeah.
Six goals already for Edmonton. Edmonton might have what it takes this year. I know we say this every year because Draisaitl and McDavid get out there and start doing things.
Yeah.
When you're seeing Nugent-Hopkins leading the league, you got Zach Hyman who's 5th or 6th in goals with 6 goals already in however many games. That's huge. We're adding to the depth.
Yeah. Darnell Nurse. I mean, these guys just locking in the big checks too. So I don't know. It's definitely an exciting team, but again, it's like we said, it's Edmonton. Have we seen this before? How short is this playoff run going to be? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's follow up McDavid though. We're going to talk about the Capitals more in depth, but we got to shout out to Ovi here. Ovi, first star of the month. What's he? 15 points already on the season, 8 assists, 7 goals.
15 points, 9 goals. Yeah,
9 goals. Yeah, I was going to say 8 plus 7 is 13.
He's off to a record start, dude. He hasn't been this hot ever.
It's his best start to a season ever.
Yeah, Alex Ovechkin is the only NHL player in history to score 9 goals in his first 8 games. Even the Rocket himself in 57 only had 8 goals. He's 36 years old. 36.
Prime time.
He's not slowing down, folks. Get over it.
It's crazy. I got to stop listening to hype. Everyone just old. He's great.
I can't believe how well that was listening. That was us. We were saying it.
I know.
Don, he's slow. He's one-dimensional.
I'm the hype guy.
But here's the thing that we have to be real about. It's because it's the beginning of the season. But look, old Ove bring the heat in the playoffs because he didn't last year. He was a ghost.
Very true. Very upset. He was letting the guys know too. But here's the thing. Is it because we know? Is it because we're those type of people where we're optimistic, but we're also let's be realists here. He's back, boys. Is he back? Well, it's fucking 9 games in. Anyone could last the first 9 games. You know what I mean?
The team's playing well. I mean, I know the Washington Capitals have taken some hits. TJ Oshie out, Nick Dowd out, Nicholas Backstrom still in long term. The goalie situation really isn't the best, but they just took their first L in regulation. They were still technically undefeated up until Monday night when they played the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that was still a close game. It was a 3-2 game.
Yeah, it was.
And they had their chances. There was a couple backdoor passes to Willie,
Yeah, I thought that was a good
goalie in the league. It's hard. It's hard.
The best goalie. I mean, one of the best teams in the league. Former Stanley Cup back-to-back champions. I mean, obviously Braden Point still deadly. I think we haven't talked enough about him. He's so fast. It's hard to stop that guy. Before we jump too much into teams, I do want to talk about one more person. One of the kids you were actually looking forward to, Cole Caulfield, being sent down back down to the AHL. A lot of people saying he's a bust. But, I mean, what do you think? Need just a little bit more time to develop?
Anyone that's calling this kid as a bust is a fucking gump. Get out of here. We saw the same thing with David Pastrnak. These guys go through – he was a fucking rookie last year.
Yeah.
A rookie. You can't call him a bust after what he did. No way. It's called a sophomore slump. Get the fuck out of here. He's facing new challenges now. Now everyone knows what he's capable of. They're not playing him as loosely. Oh, he's just some young kid. They know he's the real deal. So he's going through a little adversity. Ovi went through the same shit. He went from, first 3 seasons being able to these crazy, amazing goals with speed and dekes. Not anymore. He had to start relying on the shot, and that's where he mastered the shot. Caulfield's going to do the same thing. He's going to rehone, refocus down in the AHL, and he'll come back, and he'll be a sniper, or he'll be a great playmaker, two-way forward. He'll hone it. But to call him a bust, that's trash. That's
very, very too soon.
Way too soon.
I gotta let the kid grow. And speaking of growth, I've really enjoyed watching the Ducks play so far this season. Trevor Zegras officially on the roster. This kid makes hockey look easy and so much fun. Like I hope, like I don't know. I say I hope, but I couldn't imagine being a guy in the locker. That guy's got to give you life. You know what I mean? When you look over the guy, he's just always cheesing, just playing hockey. You know what I mean? Like that's got to be a great vibe to have in the locker room. And to see him out there scoring goals, making assists. Like he's definitely an impact player on that squad.
Yeah, they have some great American youth over there. Troy Terry also scoring the other night, assisted by none other than Ryan Getzlaf, who broke Timo Solani's Anaheim team record. So shout out to Getzlaf. Yeah, beautiful touch too, behind the pass, off the board, just a little touch to the middle. Very Getzlaf-ish. So yeah, Anaheim, not really what they used to be, but definitely a bright future for those guys.
I was gonna say they have quite a legacy in Anaheim. That's definitely a cult team as well in my book.
Yeah, Korea and Solani. Then you have Solani with Getzlaf and Corey Perry. It was just they had a good long run, right? Of good teams.
Yeah. No joke. We play Florida on Thursday. I just saw that. Yikes. Yep. Undefeated. I think we should start with that division. Let me get going here. Let's just rip through these divisions pretty quick here. I don't want to leave you guys on a too long of a rant here. But yeah, let's start with the Atlantic. Florida still undefeated, 9 games in, 8 wins, 0 losses, 1 overtime loss, 17 points. Florida's the real deal. The Duke is having one hell of a season. I think Gooby did something magical with those skates because my man is flashing. Is that Bobby Orr or Anthony Duclair? I don't know who's out there. It's so hard to tell. But yeah, man, Florida's having a hell of a season.
Yeah, huge. Ekblad also right up there with players that you have to talk about. His plus minus is a 10, and Mackenzie Weegar also is a 10. That's huge. 2 Florida guys right there on the top 3 in the plus minus. You know everything you would want to happen, and they've just stayed on train roll. They lose their coach Joel Quenneville, who resigns after all this Chicago stuff, and they're still trucking along. I mean, it's to be expected, right? Because Joel leaves and his coaching staff majority is still there. So the game plan doesn't change. Keep on trucking, boys. We know it works. Let's stick to it. Let's not get distracted here. We got something special going on.
Definitely.
Bob in net, who is arguably top 3 goalies in the league when he's hot, right?
Still.
Yep,
yeah, still.
Exactly. And then you have players like Duclair coming in, Hart. These guys are coming in and producing.
Yes.
And I think Florida is the real. I mean, we said it last year. Florida had a chance to win the cup. Who did lose to Tampa? What Tampa do? Win the cup. So technically, they lost to the cup champs. Maybe they play someone else and they go a little deeper. They make a cup run.
Yeah,
I like their chances this year. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's too early to say, oh well, it's the beginning of the season. No way. Way. They're playing great hockey right now.
They got a solid squad. Big fan of Bob over there, like you said. I mean, he's really standing on his head. I think his goals against is 1.29. Like it's insane. Like for what he's looking at here. I'm gonna click on it. Yeah, his goals against. I'm sorry, 1.81. It's insane. 1.81 save percentage, 0.944.
Yeah, and he's second in the league in goaltenders with 6 wins.
Yeah, 6 wins, no losses, straight up. I mean, it's a beautiful sight to see, man. We touched briefly on Buffalo. Buffalo's holding down that number 2 spot there in the Atlantic Division.
Yeah, like you said, 5-2. Wow, right?
Yeah, they're hanging on there, and they're right above Tampa Bay Lightning, who's coming in the 3rd position, 5-3-1. Tampa, I don't think they're going to be struggling here. They do have another injury. A big injury to their offensive squad here. But is this going to be something that we're going to magically see in the playoffs again? Who knows what's coming with Tampa?
Yeah, it's crazy when you look at this division because when you start looking at the bottom four, you got Montreal, Boston, Toronto, and above them you have Detroit and Buffalo. Like, is this real life? But it is. Buffalo and Detroit both playing great hockey right now. They're just playing heartless hockey. They're leaving it all out there. There's
no joke,
no eye in the team type bullshit. There's no relying on a superstar to carry them on scoring. They're just blocking shots, getting the pucks out, getting pucks deep. The basic. The boys are wheeling.
Yeah, I feel like Boston is having a slow start here in this division. I feel like
for sure.
Yeah.
You got to expect Boston and Toronto to flip it around. No way they stay in the bottom all year round. They're going to work out the kinks. There's too good of talent on both those teams.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And like you said, I mean, and then we got, we have Ottawa and Montreal hanging down in the bottom. Man, it's such a shame to see Ottawa that low. I know we talked a lot about Ottawa last year. I'm a fan of that team. Stützle, I mean, this guy, the old Jimmy Stützle down there, I mean, he's got the shot. He's got the talent. Brady Tkachuk getting his first goal the other day. See, that's a fun bunch of guys to watch play. I enjoy watching Ottawa play, but man, to see them down at the bottom, I know it's early, but it definitely sucks.
I mean, they're only 3-5, 2 more wins, and they're above Toronto and Boston, and above Detroit, who's sitting at 4th and with 4 wins. So they're a couple wins away from jumping up 4 or 5 spots. It's very doable. It's just a matter. It's a long season. It really is a long season, but you got to get off hot because coming out of a big hole, like you say, in number 8. Montreal, who's 2-8 already.
Yeah,
that's tough. Now I am hearing that Carey Price is close to making a comeback. He's got to get cleared after his 30 days or something like that. But they're saying this November will be the month for that, which will be huge because when you have that guy between the pipes, you're playing with a lot more confidence. Who knows? By that time, Cole's got a couple games under his belt in the AHL and he bounces back. You still got Tyler Toffoli. You still got Josh Anderson. You still got Suzuki. The list goes on, and the players that can produce, we've seen them produce. Montreal could also still make a late run. We saw it last year with Pittsburgh. Everyone counted Pittsburgh out, and then what they do? Bloop, 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 jump spots.
Yeah, it's so crazy. They're only taking the top 4. Like it's so crazy to me. You got 3 in and then 1 on the wild card. It's 4 teams out of that are going to be left out.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. Like, look. So, what would you say in that division? What would you say the 4 are going to be left out? I mean, just looking at this, like, if it's almost like just looking at the names without even looking at the wins and stuff. You're going to say the 4 that are left out are Buffalo, Ottawa, Montreal, and Detroit. That's who you would rattle off.
Yeah, my Atlantic. If I'm picking 4, it's going to be Florida, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Boston. I think you're an idiot if you think otherwise. No way. Montreal is making a run like they did last year. Just not going to happen. They don't have the break of only playing Canadian teams. And you have to expect Toronto and Boston to turn things around to where they at least make the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I can't believe that. That's 4 teams.
And the Battle of Florida is arguably becoming one of the best rivalries because they're the 2 best teams in the NHL right now.
For sure, and it's going to keep happening. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
I'm happy for Florida because they've really they went through a long spiel of bad teams, empty rinks. So for them to have a team now, sucks they lost a coach, but it is what it is. I think the NHL did the right thing there, but they got a good thing going. They really do.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do in this division. Let's jump over to the Pacific, where we've got Edmonton Oilers still dominating in that number 1 spot, 7-1-0. Mm-hmm. They caught their first loss just the other day. Still 14 points locked in that first. Calgary right on their heels. We talked a lot about McDavid and Draisaitl a little bit earlier, man. But that Edmonton squad, this is a squad that we've seen this before. Can they hold on to it, and what can they do in the playoffs?
Yeah, no, you're completely right. And seeing Edmonton right over top of Calgary, the Battle of Alberta, these divisions are so beautifully lined up, right? We got another great rivalry here that is only going to intensify with them being so close in the division together. And then you got great players like Tkachuk and Lindholm leading the team in scoring. Lindholm with 7. You got Gaudreau with 9 assists. The list goes on. What is it? What's his name? Mangiapane. That kid's on fire, dude. 7 goals already. Just made the cut for the Canadian roster, so the ego is bumping. He's got to get it going. And I think when we go and look, Markstrom is one of the best goalies out there right now. When you're looking at goaltending and save percentage, he's 3rd in the league at 9.957.
Yeah, he had the lowest goals against. He had goals 1.33 against. That's insane.
Yeah, he's already got 3 shutouts.
That's nuts. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, he's already got 3 shutouts. So I really like this Calgary team. I think they got something going. The fact that there's Eichel talk is huge because I think they'd only be giving up draft picks. Like Buffalo would take draft picks essentially, first rounders, second rounders. So you add Eichel to this roster without really making any changes. This is a cup running team, I think.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that. That's a man. I don't think they put it together. That's the thing. I mean, they're putting it together right now. Who knows? They just got to keep that goaltending hot. They have depth there. They have low key depth, like you were just going over. So I think that's definitely something that's a possibility. Chasing them in third though, the San Jose Sharks. I'm surprised to see them off and well as doing as good as they are. It looks like Carlson. I mean, what did he say? He's in the best shape he's ever been in. He considers himself one of the best players in the league. Still, the guy's
ripping the flow off too.
Cut the flow off. The guy's ripping dingers on the bench. He's playing with the old lip in. Like it's classic. It's good. It's good to see some old time hockey. And I think that's what San Jose is bringing, especially got Vander Kane out of there, get that little cancer away. I think the boys they're faring well over there. Yeah,
you got Timo Meyer leading the team with 5 goals, followed by Logan Couture with 3. Timo Meyer also leading the team in assists with 6. Erik Karlsson with 4, like you mentioned. He's got 6 points so far. Timo Meyer with 11. Jacob Reimer played okay. He's not a stud. 1.13 goals against. And you got Hill as well with a 2.95. I think the goaltending could be a little better. We've got a long season, but see San Jose trying to make a run. I like it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Coming after them in 4th is Anaheim with 3 wins, 4 losses, and 3 overtime losses. They definitely are holding on to them some points there. Bringing up that 5th spot, we're going to go with Vegas is in that 5th spot. Kind of weird to see them that low, but you know what? I think they're going through some growing pains. Vegas is definitely a team that is going to be going through some changes here. And if you're talking about, Eichel landing over here in Vegas, I mean, that could be a game changer for that squad, a big game changer.
Yeah, Pacioretty taking that injury. Stevenson right now, Chandler Stevenson leading the team with 9 points, 5 assists, and 4 goals. Shout out to the former Washington Capital.
Yes, sir.
Marshall and Riley Smith following up with 2 each. Mark Stone with 3 assists. Leonard, though. Is Leonard the right guy? That's the question, right? Did they get rid of the wrong goalie?
I don't know. They locked him up. It's always weird when they lock a goalie up before the season's over for a large payout. What did he get? 4 years, $5 million a year. Like, I'm pretty sure he had a pretty fat contract. 3 wins, 4 losses, goals against 3.00, save percentage 0.910. I mean, the 4 losses is something to me bothering me. And look, he's good for 3 goals a game. That's that. So now you know that when he's going when he's in net, you're looking at the opposing squad. You're going, well, they're good for 3 already. It's 0-3 right now. It's tough walking out on the ice and knowing that, Mm-hmm. That's really tough. Not to say that these guys care a lot about stats, but trust me, they're hip. They chirp big off stat line. So I mean, to know that that's there, it's kind of nerve wracking in my opinion.
No, you're completely right. And then following up the bottom of this division is the new franchise Seattle. Seattle's top goal scorer is Brandon Tanf. He's not a goal scorer. His best season was what? 2019. He had 14 goals. I mean, the guy's only been in the league since 2015. So, I mean, he's not a rookie, but he's not a vet. But he's not really been a goal scorer. 2 in 17, 8 in 18, 14 and 19, 11 and 20, 21. He had 7 goals in Pittsburgh. He's bounced around. He was Winnipeg, then Pittsburgh, now in Seattle. 6 goals in 10 games played. I mean, it good for him, but at the same time, Seattle's a franchise. If this is your leading goal scorer, are you worried?
Yeah, I mean, this is something I'd be thinking about. They're waiting for. I mean, this is kind of a batch of guys. It's going to be who's going to pop off here. You know what I mean? It's kind of what they're hoping for, and maybe it's Tanev, but I mean, I don't think Brandon Tanev is going to be the guy to fill that spot for you. I mean, especially when you got Yanni Gordon and Ryan Donato on this squad. Those are 2 guys that I thought would be, 5 points, 4 points from the season. These are guys that I thought would be a little bit more thrown in that direction. But here we are. I mean, I don't know. I think Seattle's got a tough road ahead of them. I feel like they're definitely got to take their licks. It's not going to be like Vegas. They're not going to be, Stanley Cup bound. I think they got some licks to deal with and build from there.
No, I completely agree. And goaltending has not been the best. I thought Philip Grubauer has kind of maybe dropped down a few pegs. And then you got Chris Dreiger over there as well. But yeah, Gruby has not looked hot. And the goalie's only as good as the players in front of him too. We put a lot of heat on the goalie, but when you have guys in there just letting everything through, it's a tough night in and night out.
For sure. For sure. I know I was just watching Holtby the other day in Dallas. They had the lime greens on and they took a hell of a loss there. I was like, God, it just sucks to see those guys. Because I love when you mention someone like Chandler Stevenson and when we talk about these different players. And it's like, yes, I love seeing former Capitals excel. Then when you hear about Grubauer and Holtby, you're just like, fuck, man, like they're getting the short end of the stick in this deal. As goaltenders, I feel like it's just so different, No,
you're right. You're completely right. What are we going to bounce over to Central?
Yeah, Central St. Louis taking the number 1 spot over there, 6-1-0. One of the other teams that was riding at the top here, but they're off to a hell of a run as well, man. And I think there's a real push. There's a real push in St. Louis. They're definitely cup hungry. They were there not too long ago, and I don't know what's going to happen with this squad.
3 players tied for the most points on the team at 9. Perron, Tarasenko, and Kyrou. Tarasenko wanted a trade in the offseason, comes back, and he's a stud. 4 goals already.
I was to say he's back.
Yeah. Perron leading the team with 6, Barbashev with 3. You got Tarasenko with 5 assists, Kyrou with 7. They've looked good. I don't think Jordan Binnington has been at his best at sometimes. The other night, got a little sketchy, swinging his stick at Kadri's head.
Binnington's.
Yeah, he's a nutcase.
It's not the first time Binnington's done that as well. Remember the flinch hit he went to go do? I can't remember who did that to last year. But yeah, I mean, Binnington's known to have a hot head and definitely not afraid to hold that back. He swung his whole fucking stick, bud. Like his whole stick.
Yeah,
like, that's a big deal.
Too. Yeah, for sure. At the dude's head. I'd be pissed too if I'm Kadri.
Yeah, no joke. Especially Kadri, someone who's a hot head. To do that too. But this is something, this St. Louis roster, man, you get further down this roster, James Neal, Pavel Buchnevich. They've got guys down here that Tyler Bozak, they're not bringing in a whole bunch of points right now. And I think these are guys later down the road who you're going to be counting on to bring.
Still got O'Reilly too,
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. The farther down you go on this roster, they got some depth here. And it gets a little scary when you've got even spread around up top, your top 3, like you're saying, tied at 9 points. So this is definitely a squad that is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like, how do you get Binnington under control? I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if he's soft or if he just likes to stir the pot. I haven't figured it out yet. Because if he's like to stir the pot, well, shit, maybe just let him keep going at it.
Yeah, right.
Bringing up behind St. Louis, we got Winnipeg Jets at 4-2-2. Winnipeg is a team last year that we were surprised with, and that we really thought we were going to make a push here in the playoffs. I mean, another squad who's got decent goaltending, and then Pierre-Luc Dubois on that squad, Paul Stastny, Nate Schmidt, another former Capital. They got Kyle Connor. Jeez, I skipped right over Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor popping off 14 American points stud. Already.
Yeah, that kid, American stud. Dubois with 6 goals already. Kyle Connor leading the team with 7. That's huge coming from him. And then you got Kopp at 5. Nate Schmidt, also former Cap, 6 assists over there. Hopefully he can make something happen. He's kind of bouncing around after leaving Washington, Vegas, Vancouver, now over in Winnipeg. So, hoping for the best for him. Connor Hellebuck is a complete stud. I don't care what anyone says. He's top 5 goalies for me. I'd pick that guy all day, and he's a monster in size. He's a huge goalie.
Yep. Yes, he is. It takes up a lot of the net. I'm looking at this rock, man. I was just this Central Division is so mixed up to me. 3rd place here, we got the Minnesota Wild coming in at 5-3. Nashville's number 4. That's 4-4. We've yet to name Colorado. We've yet to name Dallas. We've yet to name Chicago. I mean, Arizona, I can't believe Arizona's sitting there. They have yet to win a game. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's pretty
bad. Their differential's minus 26. That's depressing.
How they stay a franchise and don't get relocated after this season is beyond me.
Yeah, that's probably an option.
Has to be, right? And at which point, we have this conversation before, where do you move Arizona?
Right.
I mean, I have a few ideas.
You want to go north.
Yeah, I do.
North of the border. What town?
Quebec.
Quebec?
Spring the North Peaks backs.
Are you ready for another hockey club?
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Man, the Northeast.
The fact that the game was like, I'm an American, you know this. Everyone knows this. Like, I'm not a dick writer for Canada here or anything, but they created the game, and the fact that they have least amount of teams, I think their market is much larger up there. You can get away with
for sure
closer areas in the provinces. So yeah, I think Quebec would be a solid team up there for sure.
Yeah, those jerseys are fire too. But let's jump back up to Colorado in the fifth spot. What's going on with the Avs here? 4-4. 4-4-0 here. I mean, this is a team that everyone was labeling Stanley Cup bound. We know it's early, but what's going on here with the Avs? What are they not clicking with here? Like what's going to be their next batch they got to do? What do they got to come up with here?
I don't know. It's hard to say, man. We were talking about Landeskog not really playing his game lately on the pregame show, me and Denham. He's been taking a couple questionable hits on players. That's not really been his game. He's played physical before, right, but that's not, his thing. He's got 4 goals, Kadri with 3. The fact that McKinnon isn't leading the team in goals is kind of but he is leading the team in assists with 8. And you got Landeskog with 8 points as well. It's huge. Darcy Kemper in between the pipes. Did they make the wrong move with the goaltending?
Yeah,
you got to ask that. I know Gruby's getting lit up in Seattle, but we mentioned it's all about the players in front, right? So he looked like a stud last year. I don't think it was because of the goalie they didn't win and go deep.
Right.
So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I think Colorado turns it around. You got Nathan McKinnon. You really can't doubt them. Kadri is also still a great player. Landeskog, Burakovsky. You have talent there. I don't know. I have no idea, man.
Yeah, it's going to come together here. I mean, you got like you just said, Berkey, Mikko Rantanen. These guys are going to come alive, and they're going to be doing some stuff. Like you said, you'd have to question Darcy Kemper and Jonas Johansson over there. Again, Jonas Johansson with over 3.03 goals against. Again, no one going out on the ice there, and knowing you have a guy who's going to be 3 in the hole. And I mean, that's tough to go out there against. After Colorado, let's blitz through Dallas. Dallas is off to a rocky start as well, 3-4, struggling goaltending wise as well. Holtby not having a great start to the season. I don't really know what to expect for Dallas. It seems like they've been one of them teams that, that they might not be hanging on. I mean, you still got Jamie Benn over here wearing the C. They got the, Pavelski, but it just I don't know what it's going to take for Dallas to really get going here.
Yeah, me neither. And then, you got Chicago over there as well, who's just got their first win. This division is arguably the weakest division out there right now. Seth Jones, though, with 8 assists. You got Patrick Kane with 4 goals, DeBrincat with 4 goals, Taves with 6 assists. Fleury is really the one to question here with 3.92 goals against. That's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah. But it's not just been goaltending. The Blackhawks haven't looked that great to begin with. So
they have not.
I don't know, man. I think this is the weaker division, especially with Arizona in this division as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 teams here that one is 0-8, one is 1-8. I mean, it's kind of a telltale sign here. Everyone else is at least 3 and something, 2 and something. They got 2 teams battling here that don't really have Arizona.
Yeah, one division has the worst 2 teams in the entire league.
That's tough. It's almost like watching the North. I didn't say that.
And I had this conversation with a buddy, and I was saying, Chicago, you kind of have to assume that they knew what was going on before we all did. Just like, you hear shit at work before, work gossip, essentially. Same thing happens. These guys are much close-knit, almost like a fraternity type-ish when it comes to the way these guys are so close-knit. They eat together, they travel together, they know each other's wives outside of work, blah blah blah. So there was mumbling and humble and shit going on prior to it coming out to the public. Did that affect the locker room? I think it did. I think
absolutely
it had a huge factor, because that's weighing in on these guys' conscience. Now they're having to go back and deal with this shit that they were dealing with, like Taves and Kane and shit. It's tough. I'm not saying it shouldn't have come out. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that it definitely had an effect on the locker room, and it's going to affect the team. As it should, though, right?
Correct.
Maybe they need to go through a slump because of this shit. Kyle Beach, basically out of the NHL, playing overseas because of, basically, blacklisted because of his accusations.
It's a shame, man. It's a shame. Hopefully it gets righted. It needs to be. And, I think part of that's going to be a big deal with Bettman. So as we talked about earlier, but let's jump up to the Metropolitan Division, who honestly, I think this is one of the toughest divisions out here right now.
Always.
Next to the next to the Atlantic. I feel like the Atlantic is definitely a tough division to be in here, minus Montreal. But I mean, because when you look at this Metropolitan Division, it's insane. Again, out of these 8 teams, what 4 do you put in the top? What 4 do you put in the bottom? The team that's in the bottom right now is not going to be there very long. Pittsburgh pulling in last place here. But let's start with Carolina, the only undefeated team left in the NHL. 8 games played, 8 wins, 0 losses, 16 points for the boys in Carolina. The Surge is back. Your absolute favorite thing in the world. What's going on with this Carolina team? Where do they come from? And can we stop them? Who's going to stop this team?
Yeah, 100%. I think they're the real deal. However, they still have to play other good teams. Still, they've yet to play Washington. They have to play other good teams in the division. I'm not saying they haven't played good teams. I'm just saying it's a long season, right? I don't think them and Florida are going to go long undefeated long. However, Carolina's been there. We've been seeing it the last 3-4 seasons, ever since Brendan Moore's become the bench boss over there. He's really changed the culture, and they've only gotten better and better. They've added great talent down there. I really think that just like last year, as they were a cup contender, they are another cup contender. It's not going away. When teams start getting shit right, it tends to last a little longer. It's very, very rarely that we see a 1-year fluke. Even Las Vegas, they made it to the cup their first year, but they're still making the playoffs consistently, right?
Yep.
So Carolina is deadly team.
Yeah, you got guys like Svechnikov really finding a stride here early. Mm-hmm. Martinook, Aho finding a stride. Goaltending, Freddie Anderson down here. Goals against 1.39 or 1.29. I mean, Frederick Anderson. I mean, these guys are. This is a solid goalie core here. Antti Rantanen back here as well. Got guys a win under his belt.
Tony DeAngelo leading the team with assists, by the way, too, with 7. Followed up by Teravainen with 6, and then Trocheck with 6 as well. They have depth. The signing of Tony DeAngelo, I think, is huge. The signing of Freddie Anderson from Toronto, who goes from being thrown out of Toronto essentially on his ass to looking like a number 1 goaltender in Carolina, is huge. And it's all about environment, right? He goes from arguably the hardest NHL environment in the world to the Carolinas. Nothing against their fan base, but they're not as tough on their hockey players as Toronto is. Not many teams are. Almost kind of like a little laid back, can just focus on the game now and not
just hockey. Yeah,
exactly. It's just hockey. But Svechnikov with 7, Aho with 5, and Jasper Fast with 3 as far as goals. This team's deadly. This team is deadly. They have a lot of depth, and they're fun to watch too because they're fast.
Yeah, they're a fast-paced team, which brings us into the second team in the Metropolitan Division, the New York Rangers, man. Taking a look at this squad, and congrats to Adam Fox for sealing the bag with the Rangers over here. Fat deal he signed today or yesterday. Another, was it 8 years? I mean, these guys are maxing out these terms. Like they're going out of style, bro.
Was it 8 or 5?
Am I tripping? Maybe it was 5. I thought I saw 8. Or was it 5 for 8?
Yeah, I think it was 5 for 8.
Yeah. Okay. 5 for, I thought it was 8.
Well,
I thought it was 8 for 5. See, this is what happens when your brain isn't 100%, folks. But yeah, New York over there killing it. What's really pulling for them? Siskirskin's having a hell of a season. Yeah. Their goalie situation over there is looking up. You've got guys like Lafreniere finally getting some points.
Lafreniere with 3.
Yeah, 3 so far.
Not a lot, but hey, he's getting it going. Chris Kreider's leading the team with 7 goals. Yeah. And then you got Goodrow coming up from Tampa Bay, former Stanley Cup champion, with 3 as well. Panarin with 7 assists. Adam Fox with 7 assists. Zibanejad with 6. So their playmakers are making plays, and that's huge. Yep. Also depth, right? And then you mention it. Their goaltending. It's huge. You build from the crease out, and when you got goaltending playing that well, that just makes it easier on the guys in front.
Absolutely. And the Rangers, this is a squad that's been together a while now. We got to go further down on the list here. Ryan Strome, Kevin Rooney. I mean, these guys are different here that are on the squad. And this is a team that they've been building, and New York's been right on the cusp. They've been right on the cusp, and they were a thorn in our paw for a while, for the Capitals, and to see us finally, get the edge on them. It looks like Rangers are finally built back to a solid squad here. They're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in my top 4 in the Metro for sure. The Rangers are bringing in the bottom of my top 4, to be honest with you.
They could have made the playoffs last year. They really made a push, finished on that 5 spot, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but they're deadly. They're deadly, and they're only getting better. So watch out for the Rangers this year. After them, though, we get to talk about the boys. Washington Capitals sitting in third, and they're doing so with a 36-year-old captain who's breaking records. They're doing so with arguably their second best player, Nicky Backstrom, on long-term injury reserve. They're doing so with players like TJ Oshie and Nick Dowd hurt. They're playing two rookies. It's incredible to watch, and the goaltending is sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Samsonov is not a starting goaltender. Vanacek is not a starting goaltender. We're trying to make it work. Listen, I understand the moves had to be made when they did, but maybe letting Holtby go a little too soon. Maybe we should have signed him to a 1 or 2 year deal, just to get a little more out of him. Who knows, right? Who knows how that would have played out? But I think goaltending is the biggest issue for the Washington Capitals right now. I think outside of that, they have a lot of depth.
I was going to say, believe it or not, the defensive unit, the defensive core was a worry of mine, and this defensive core has stepped up. Yeah, Jensen netting goals, Carlson netting goals. Not only that, offensive strike, but man, they're really controlling the blue line well this year. That's something I've noticed a lot about our defensive unit is they're really controlling the blue line, and those breakouts are looking like good breakouts where the team is getting the puck out of our zone well, up the ice, not throwing it away. That's a big deal for our transition game.
Yeah, young guys too in the mix. Big fan of Faye Harvey. I think he's really starting to break stride here. Skating with the pairing of John Carlson, who's caught some heat lately for his play. But listen, I hate to keep saying this, but it's just facts. It's still early. These guys obviously aren't in full stride yet. I hate to. It doesn't make sense because there's a preseason. We're a few games in, but how many times have we seen guys right after, All-Star break, just hit another switch and take it to the next level? Oshie out right now. That's huge because he was really starting to catch wind with 4 goals so far, third on the team. But my most impressed is honestly Kuznetsov. Getting Kuznetsov really making a bounce back here. That's huge for the Washington Capitals. He's almost the life, you could say, of the locker room. Always smiling, the jokester. When he's having fun and he's out there smiling on the ice, you see everyone else resonate with that and start getting going. Ovi's even commented and saying he's happy to see him smiling because it makes him smile. And next to him, though, as most impressed is Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson at one point was leading the league in assists. 7 assists right now. Only down 1 to Evgeny Kuznetsov. Tom Wilson, though, stud. I liked how he's been off the radar as far as penalties. Questionable hits. That it's fading
First
away.
liner
He's
for sure.
Really becoming a more of a goal scorer, playmaker that we knew he could be.
Yeah. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see his career just develop this way. And even so, when they brought him up, I remember them saying just if only they gave him 2 more years before they brought him up. I remember so many comments about that. Just they brought him up because the kid could bang, and he did his job well. He served his duty, and now he's reaping what he saw. He's earned this. He's one of the most hardworking wingers in the business. Guy you hate to play against, but love to have on your team. And I'm glad we've got him as long as we have. And I don't want him to go anywhere. I feel like this is he's got a great set in here.
A future of the team for sure.
Yeah, definitely set in here. Definitely going to be part of the guys, for a couple more years here. And I'm happy the career's going that way. Like you said, touch on that goaltending stuff. I have my stance on Villa and I have my stance on Sammy, and both are not good at this point. I feel like V's always lost and Sammy doesn't know where he is. It's fucking weird. It's the weird thing. Yeah, it's just weird. V just plays this game of like he doesn't know where the puck is. It looks like he's just always chasing the puck. And then Sammy, I feel like I usually comment on V how deep he plays. Sammy's 2 foot out the fucking crease. I'm like, go home, like get in your home. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I mean, he did get the shot the other night. Big shots for the shutout, but it's evident, and I feel it's going to be more evident the stronger teams that we get going against here. It's going to be pretty evident.
Yeah, I think playing against Tampa Bay was a real wake up call, and we know they're depleted. They didn't even have Kucherov. Couldn't imagine seeing them at 100%. What that could have been like, but we're not even close to 100%. When Oshie's out, Nick Dowd's out, Backstrom's out. That's huge depth. That's huge depth, especially Nick Dowd, centering arguably the best 4th line in the NHL. HDH just isn't the same without Dowd. Spronger's got to get it going. Daniel Spronger, I really expect him more. He's had some hop. But I want the guy's got to start finishing. I think he's got to be a goal scorer for the Washington Capitals. He can't just have legs. He's got to be more influential on the ice. Mantha's been all right for me. I've been impressed with Mantha. I'm not expecting him to be a superstar. I'm expecting a 20-goal season out of him, though, for sure. And I still think it's very possible for Mantha to put up 40 points this season.
Yeah, 40 points plus in my book. Absolutely 40 points plus. Yeah, he's going to catch stride here and see the speed he's playing with. He finds himself in the right spot very often. Like Mantha knows where to be on the ice. His IQ is there. You can't miss him, that all-white warrior. It's an absolute beaut. But yeah, I like watching him net the puck and just watching him play. It's enjoy. I told you, man, I compare him a little bit to Kovalchuk. That reach and that shot is dangerous, man. He can really get that shot off from anywhere. So I do expect big things out of him. Sherry, Spronger, good to see Spronger back on the ice. A guy who bounced back and forth from taxi squad now who's got a spot on the roster. It's a big deal. But yeah, we of course we always want to see them at the highest expectations. We hold them to the highest expectations and we want to see them had nothing but success. But yeah, I think this is going to be a battle. 82 game season is going to be a battle.
Before we bounce off into the rest of this division, the Washington Capitals really playing the rookies this season.
Yeah.
What do you do with Lapierre? Do you make him a full-time guy? You're running into that issue. Or do you think he's ready to make the jump to full-time?
I think you bring him in. You sign him on a 2-way contract. You got to get rid of this entry level. You got to get rid of that contract for sure. Get him on a 2-way contract. But I mean, this is a guy because I don't know. McMichael got the assist. I feel like McMichael's developing, but why rush him when Lappy's available? In my opinion, let McMichael continue to build him on his 2-way contract. Let him get some games down in the AHL. Get Lappy up here. Then you got to make. Then that's where the problem is. Now you got to make real depth decisions when everyone's healthy, right? You got Dowder and Oshie out right now. Nicky's out. We got 2 big centers out again. That's gonna come down the road to where when the roster's full, where's this guy? Is there room for this guy? What do we do? I think that's.
I like him at winger though. I'd like him. I do too. I like him at winger. He can really kind of focus on his game. Center, obviously, you got to be the best player on the ice. It's almost like shortstop in baseball. When you're playing center, you got to really be on your shit. You are, like I said, you got to be the best player on the ice sometimes. Him being a winger, I really was impressed. He like I said, there's been numerous plays where he's been the first guy back for back checking and broken up a play, and then that same play, he's turned around. He's the first guy in the zone battling in the corner for a puck. That's huge coming from an 18-year-old. So I'm excited to see where he goes. I think he's developing
the speed factor is
than
big
McMichael.
for me.
Yes, always, right?
But
because
we both
the game is just going. The game is getting much faster. McMichael looking more like a Nicky Backstrom, Lars Eller. Not really a fast guy. He's been hesitant though when he does have the puck. I think he could release it a little sooner, and maybe we'll get a little more production out of that. But I think that's just a confidence thing. I think it'll come. I think once he gets that first one in, it'll go. I think Lappy got that first one early, and he's done with it, and he's just ready to keep it going.
Yeah, I think that's why I give Michael some games get some Hershey games under his belt. Let the kid build some confidence. Let him work on those points. He's getting that report card after every game, so let him work on those points with his coaches and go from there. But as of right now, that's tough though because if we bring Lappy on, what are we doing in a month? I don't know. That is a tough question. But we're going to leave that with the Capitals. Moving on to the next, 4th spot, Columbus Blue Jackets. They're having a season, bud, and this is a team that to me is going to be fighting for that 4th spot as of right now. You got Bruce Jenner, Patrick Laine. This is one heck of a squad. Bruce Jenner, by the way, 60% wins on his faceoffs. He's 60% right now. That's number huge. Number one in the NHL. This guy is consistently winning the puck, and it definitely shows. And that's a great way to get things going too, man. When you're not battling from a deficit off the break, when you actually have possession, it makes things a lot easier. So to see them and to see that Laine finally looks like he's finally catching a stride. Is this the Laine that we know that he can be? Dangling through the squad, ripping pucks. Is this the Laine that is he here? Do we finally get to see the full potential of fucking Laine?
Beautiful one-timer the other night. A big L though for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Domi going on to COVID protocol. He's diagnosed with having COVID, so that's a big L for them. I think Domi's a big, huge role player in them, especially in the locker room. But yeah, I've liked the way Laine has played. I don't think it's weird because even when he's good, you feel like there's still more there, which is right. I guess that's hard to say. Borgstad also with 4 goals, Laine with 3, and you already mentioned Bruce Jenner with 5. Voracek, though, huge signing to come over from Philadelphia. He's got 7 assists leading the team. Laine with 5. This team is real deadly. Merzlikins? Is that how you say that?
Yeah, dude, that's a tough one. I don't know.
First of all, let's talk about the fact of the Dallas fans taunting them about the death of their goaltender.
Yeah, that was some trash. I'm so glad you brought that up.
So dirty.
Don't give him a firework.
Don't light fireworks. Wow. Like, dude, how low can you be as a human being, bro? To mock someone's death to the people that were closest to him.
That's so people are shitty, man. People are so shitty. Yeah. That's incredible. Yes, I watched that multiple times on the Instagrams and even on the NHL Network, and I think they figured out who it was. They figured out who
they were trying to base off security footage and stuff. Because
how
they were
crazy
down the tunnel, yeah. But not a fan of that
brutal,
shit,
man. But yeah, so no. Not at all. But to see Columbus in the 4th spot here at 5-3,
I don't know if they can hold it though. I don't know if they can hold it because we're still looking at Pittsburgh that's at the bottom. We got Philly right on bubble team 4-2. Who Philly's playing great. I think Atkinson 6 goals, Giroux 4 goals, Couturier with 3 goals, Derek Brassard producing with Keith Yandel, both of them with 5 assists. This team is looking hot, and then you got Martin Jones and Carter Hart in between the pipes. They haven't been fantastic, but they've been good.
They're a solid duo. Did you see that puck that Jones took off the face and it dented his mask?
Yeah.
Did you see that? And then Carter Hart comes over like, what the fuck? That's a great clip. See, that's the shit I want to pay for. Let me hear Carter Hart go, holy fuck, bro. He's like, yeah, stop. He's like, barely saved that one. Like, dude, it bent his cat eye in. Like, how crazy is that?
That's wild. But it just shows the strength of the NHL these days, right? And the balls of these goalies.
Yeah. No ducking in Philly. That's a fact. Philly bringing in 5th, right behind them, New Jersey in 6th, which is so wild. New Jersey in 6th, Islanders in 7th, Pitt in 8th. The bottom of this division in the Metro is absolutely bonkers. We know Pitt struggled with Crosby and Malkin. And I said the kid made his appearance the other day. Did he not?
Yeah, he came back. He's back. He's back. That's huge. They're just waiting for.
I didn't get to watch that game.
And I got to confirm or not if Letang is back yet. But they're missing their guys. They're missing their leaders.
For sure. And like we said too, we got the Islanders right there, and the Islanders are a force to be reckoned with too, man. I think they're far from being quiet in this season. We're going to be hearing more from them for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Matt Barzell, Anders Lee, you got so much talent over there, and the Islanders organization, Varley between the pipes, and Brujo on the bench. So yeah, dude, I think the Islanders are going to make a push too. Arguably, could be a Stanley Cup team.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So that pretty much rounds out the Metro. And like we said, I think that between the Metro and the Atlantic, we definitely had 2 hardest divisions. Like you said there, Florida and man, their top 4 and our top 4 potentially. It's going to be a wild playoffs.
Who's the Islanders head coach?
Trotzy, is he not?
Why the fuck do I always say Boudreau? Why do I always get them two mixed up? I don't know why I do that.
Because I caught myself on it. The most short, white, fat fucks, and they both go like this. Oh
my god! And also because what's his face comes and wins us a cup and then leaves. I'm so pissed I can't remember his damn name. That's such a shame. He won us a cup.
Trotz?
Yeah, Trotz. Yeah. The fact that I called him Bruce Boudreau twice now. I did it on another episode when we were at Denim, episode 69. I don't know why I do that. Brucey, what the fuck is wrong with me? Maybe because I really did love Bruce Boudreau.
Who doesn't? He just lost control of the team. He was a great coach. He just lost control of Ovechkin. Remember those days where Ovi would just skate circles and Boudreau's over here. He's working on the fucking glass. He's drawing this and that, and Ovi's over here skating circles, shooting pucks. He's like, you gonna come over here? He's like, no. Like, what? Like, yeah, it was a problem. Just lost it. It's okay.
Wild times. Ovi's really matured, and that's why we won that cup.
Yeah, no joke. And 2018 vibes. This is the team. This is the year. Keep Kuzi on this path. Get our boys back and healthy. Figure out this goaltender situation. Got a real shot here.
Yeah, Toronto's got to turn it. So the ending remarks here. Toronto's got to turn it around. I don't know what's going on. Maybe if it's time to make a move or what. We've seen these guys all play well together before, so I don't think you can blame it on that. Maybe it is coaching. Maybe it is time. Another one to keep an eye on will be Florida Capitals playing Florida Thursday, the day this drops. We'll have a pregame show for that. That's going to be a huge game. So if Caps could give Florida their first regulation loss, I think that's huge for the organization. And what else did I want to touch on before we wrap? Arizona. Arizona's a washout for me. I think they like. What do you do with a team that bad consecutively year after year?
What do you do? You move them? Is this Gary Bettman's last chance?
I don't know, man. It's bad though. But hey, the league is exciting. Every game is fun to watch when you can watch them. Well, that's about it, man. This has been a great episode.
Yeah.
I 75 hard, whooping my ass.
Yeah, bro. I'm excited for 9 o'clock. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. So sleepy. But yeah, I'm proud of you. Keep it up. I'm hoping to be back. I'm planning to start. I didn't even talk about that yet. I'm either planning to start. I want to start like a Thursday, Friday, and I might do it this week. I don't know. It might be this week, or I might start Saturday, Sunday. I just want to make sure I'm good to go. I want to get a couple test days in there. I've been this fucking neurologist. I hate this neurologist. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say you put me on about the like sponsorship, influencer shit from working.
Oh yeah.
I started this because of you. I've had like a fuck ton of companies reach out. One company pulled the trigger on me. They want to send me a package and the whole ordeal. To be an influencer. I'm not even that big guy. I'm tiny.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that world. And so I don't know if I should do it. What do you think? I mean, it's free.
Why not?
Start taking pictures more often and really taking myself serious. Should I?
You already do. That's what I mean. You already do. Like the quads are coming in. Yeah. Like me, it's like, is this a shirt on contract deal? Because just everything is great other than the midsection, and that's just because I like candy. Yeah, the way you started off this episode, I'm not ashamed of you. I'm jealous. No. I'm just. Here's the thing: you got to be honest. All right, if you can't be honest with yourself, you're not doing it. That's where you got to start. And I'm okay saying the things I said because I know the feelings that I get. It's okay, and I know people relate to that because that's a feeling that many people have. And let me tell you, the moderation is key. A little dab will do, just a little bit. Get the lip sweat, get the teeth sweat, have your mouthgasm, move the fuck back on. The teeth and the tongues. I'm telling you, man, you just, it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. That's the thing. You don't have to be perfect every day. No one's perfect. It's never going to be a thing. But if you are busting your ass and you're putting in the work, you just can't let a meal, the biggest thing, and this will be the final thing. Do not let a cheat meal turn into a cheat weekend. It's not a sermon. It's just a thought. I don't even think you can just have cheat meals. Like if you're planning like, oh, I'm going to have a cheat meal, like, you're already telling yourself it's okay to cheat. Yeah. Right. That's a thing. Right? That's a thing, I don't plan cheat meals. I know. I don't do this. I don't do that. And why be like, oh, I can do this one meal, 3 meals a day in one day. Like, because like one crack in a boat can sink it. Yeah. No joke. That's good. I feel good. I feel better and worse now. Everything's fine. All right, guys, we're going to wrap the episode. Until next time, be well.
The boys from Men Behind the Mitts just want to say thanks for listening. And as always, be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media outlets at Men Behind the Mitts. Brought to you by Silky Mitts Hockey Club. Support the boys at silkymittshc.com.